Born on March 30th, 1968 in Charlemagne, Quebec, Céline Dion was raised in a home that was anything but glamorous. Her parents, Thérèse and Adhémar Dion, already had 13 children when Celine was born. The family lived in a small house where space was limited and privacy was a luxury they couldn't afford. Winter was especially harsh, and the cupboards sometimes lacked food. Yet, amidst this struggle, music became the foundation of the Dion family. Thérèse sang, and Adhémar played the accordion, while the older children also participated in music. For Celine, this was not merely a form of entertainment, but a language that spoke when words couldn't. She learned early on that music had the power to carry people through hard times, and at just 5 years old, she climbed onto the kitchen table and sang for her family, her voice signaling the beginning of something extraordinary. The first step towards stardom. At the age of 12, Celine's natural talent for singing caught the attention of a respected music manager, René. He had received hundreds of demo tapes, but when he heard Celine's voice, something moved him to tears. He immediately signed her, even mortgaging his own house to finance her first album. This was not just an investment in her talent, but a personal declaration of belief in her potential. Celine's debut French-language albums began to gain recognition in Quebec, where her sincerity and vocal ability resonated with the public. However, René knew that her talent could go beyond Quebec, so he began to transform her image, not to erase her authentic self, but to prepare her for the international stage. She worked diligently under his guidance, knowing that her success would require discipline and sacrifice. The controversial love story. As Celine's career progressed, her relationship with René, her manager, evolved from professional to personal. There was a significant age gap between them, 26 years, but their bond, formed over nearly a decade of collaboration, deepened into a love neither of them could deny. However, this relationship was met with widespread criticism. The public, and especially the media, questioned whether a young girl could truly choose a partner so much older than her, and speculation about power dynamics ran rampant. Celine, however, remained steadfast in defending her relationship. She didn't flinch in the face of judgment, confident in the love they shared. "I know who he is to me," she said, not needing to explain herself any further. Their love, despite being scrutinized by the world, only grew stronger. A grand wedding and new beginnings. In December 1994, Celine and René were married at the Notre Dame Basilica in Montreal, in a ceremony that was broadcast to millions. Celine, in a wedding gown and a tiara, walked toward René, the man who had mortgaged his home for her future, and they shared a private, heartfelt moment in front of 1,200 guests. This wedding, watched by an entire nation, marked a dramatic shift in Celine's life. No longer the young girl from Charlemagne, but the woman who had conquered both the stage and the hearts of millions. Yet, the journey to this moment had not been easy. It had been built on hard work, sacrifice, and overcoming challenges both personal and professional. This was just the beginning of a new chapter in Celine's life, one that would see her rise to global stardom. The Eurovision victory. In 1990, Céline Dion represented Switzerland at the Eurovision Song Contest with the song Ne partez pas sans moi, Don't Leave Without Me. She was 21 years old, relatively unknown outside of Quebec, and facing the challenge of performing in front of an international audience. Her voice, raw and powerful, captivated the listeners, and she won by a single point. This victory was a pivotal moment in Celine's career, catapulting her to international fame. It marked her entrance into the global music scene, where she would go on to achieve even greater success. The Eurovision win was the first step toward a future where Céline Dion would become a household name, not just in Canada, but across the world. The rise of a global superstar. Following her Eurovision victory, Céline Dion's international career quickly gained momentum. Her English-language albums, beginning with Unison in 1990, showcased her vocal range and emotional depth. Each album built upon the last, pushing her further into the global spotlight. Hits like The Power of Love and Think Twice made her a dominant force on the charts, not only in Canada, but also in the United States and the United Kingdom. Celine's voice, which had always been her strongest asset, resonated with listeners on a deeply personal level. She had a way of making each song feel like it was written specifically for the listener. Her authenticity and sincerity, combined with her powerful voice, ensured that she would become a lasting figure in the music industry. The success of My Heart Will Go On. In 1997, Céline Dion's career reached unprecedented heights with the release of My Heart Will Go On, the iconic theme song for the blockbuster film Titanic. The song, recorded in a single take, captured the raw emotion of the film's epic love story and became one of the most famous songs in cinematic history. Celine's performance of the song, with its hauntingly beautiful melody and heartfelt delivery, helped propel Titanic to become the highest-grossing film of all time. My Heart Will Go On became a cultural phenomenon, and Céline Dion became synonymous with the film's emotional core. The song was everywhere, on the radio, in elevators, at weddings and at funerals. Celine had not just become famous, she had become an integral part of a shared cultural experience that transcended language and geography. Overcoming personal loss. As Celine's professional life soared, her personal life began to face significant challenges. In 1998, René Angelil, the man who had been her manager, mentor and husband, was diagnosed with throat cancer. The diagnosis was a devastating blow to both of them, and Celine faced the painful reality of watching her husband slowly deteriorate. Despite the immense personal pain, Celine continued to perform, though she began to limit her schedule in order to be with René during his treatment. Her dedication to him, both as a wife and as a partner in life and music, was unwavering. The world watched as Celine's personal struggles became entwined with her professional commitments, but through it all she remained focused on her love for René and her determination to continue singing for the people who had supported her. A rare disease that struck. In addition to dealing with René's illness, Céline Dion herself faced a health challenge that few could have prepared for. In the midst of her career, she was diagnosed with a rare, often debilitating disease known as the stiff person syndrome, a neurological disorder that affects only 1 in a million people. This condition caused her muscles to tighten and lock, making it difficult for her to perform the simplest of movements, including walking and standing. Despite the severity of the disease, Celine continued to push through, driven by her love for music and her dedication to her fans. Her resilience in the face of such a rare and life-altering condition was yet another testament to her strength, both as an artist and as a woman who had already overcome so much in her life. The decision to keep singing. Despite all the adversity, Céline Dion made a choice that would surprise many. After losing René and grappling with her own health challenges, she decided to continue her career. She knew that her music was her calling, and even though everything in her life had changed, she would not let go of the one thing that had always been there for her voice. She returned to the stage, not as a woman defined by fame or illness, but as an artist who had lived through more than most could imagine and still had something powerful to share. Céline Dion's journey has been marked by trials and triumphs, but her ability to keep singing no matter the obstacles has defined her legacy.